So I just finished watching the fourth episode installment, Whatever to Me What You Use, of Star Wars Visions Volume 2, that episode being I Am Your Mother. So this episode was directed by Magdalena Osinska. Hope I pronounced that correctly. It'll be on the screen so that way we can make sure. And she also did the story with the Teleplay being by Walsh and Barunka Osinska. I am totally badly butchering those names. But the animators, well, anyone who's watched Wallace and Gromit should be familiar with. I've never watched it, but at least I know of Aardman animation. So it's Aardman who did the animation, so at least I'm familiar with them. Don't really watch too much of the works, but I am familiar with it. And the animation style is very much their style. Stop motion claymation, I believe, is what it is. But regardless, this is the first short of the other ones I've watched that I can say without doubt is a comedy. It's not too much, but the story is a very good story, but there's one problem with it. I feel like I saw how it was going to go too well. In other words, I knew exactly what the story was going to be, and I just couldn't enjoy it after that. I still actually did enjoy the episode, but what I guess maybe not enjoy, I couldn't invest myself in the story because I knew how it was going to turn out. You know, you have mother and daughter, and the daughter is embarrassed by the mother, doesn't want her partaking in a school activity that's for families, because she's afraid she's going to get embarrassed. I gotta say, I've watched so much cartoons, Disney and otherwise. I've also watched lots of older TV shows, especially, stuff from the 60s and 70s, and this was a common storyline. I believe Saved by the Bell might have done this once or twice too, to the point where whenever I see this type of story, I just tune out because I'm used to the story. That doesn't mean they didn't do a good job telling it. I mean, this is probably one of the best tellings of it that I've seen, but that's also probably because I tune out, and I probably kept better tuned in because it's a Star Wars story. This is kind of a weird take on it, I guess, but if the story is maybe a little more unique or not so predictable, I think I might have enjoyed it a bit better. But I gotta say, I did love how the antagonist of the episode didn't get you win the race, they didn't even get you across the finish line, so they couldn't even get second. So I think that was very funny. That was probably the highlight of the episode. That like what, maybe a minute or two after one of the antagonists literally said that second is still last or something like that, something to that effect. That if you don't win, you lose. That they don't even get you across the finish line. I mean, that was peak comedy gold and the best part of it. Followed by basically our main character Annie and her mother. Little bit of reconciliation, but not too much. But there was a point in the episode where she just lets out of all that she's embarrassed by, which in some ways was good because now that her and her mother are on the same page on that. But at the very end, which is perfect, that her mother Kanina tells her that embarrassing her is what moms do, which I got to say, I did appreciate that. But I didn't care for the fact that I could predict the story, and that does kind of drop this episode down for me because technically, story wise, both animation and the story, music, all that was amazing. It was all executed extremely well, but the problem is the story does not excite me that much. It was elements in here, a scene here, a scene there that I really enjoyed. Like how the droid was designed to look and act like a dog. Like it literally looked like it's an astromech. Oh no, it's now moving like a dog would. It's like that's cool, but it was those individual elements I enjoyed. Each joke I enjoyed, but put it all together and it just, I think overall fell flat to me because, like I said, this is a story I have seen several times, so I can predict exactly where it goes. So that's not a knock on the creators who did a phenomenal job. Same thing with the actors; they all did a good job. This is technically very good, but personally, this is a story I've seen one too many times. But those are just my thoughts on it. What are yours? Oh, I even forgot. Dennis Lawson returns to voice Reginald Tilly's in here. I mean, that was amazing as well. But again, it's like It's just one other individual element I liked. It's just put it all together, and I just wish the story was a bit more memorable, a little more distinct. I wish maybe that they had done some kind of twist on the story that you normally don't get to see. But that's truly going to be where I'm going to end my thoughts. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and may the force be with you always. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, upvote, and share the video. Also consider subscribing and following the channel if you haven't done so yet, and to ring that bell on YouTube to get notified of when new videos release. The link tree in the description links to all my social media. Check it out if you are interested, and once again, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the force be with you always.